You can follow the book of Yonah on page 367. I'll just say a word, a little introduction. The book of Jonah is, John probably probably know the best of anybody at this point, but it's such a great story. And Rabbi Jenny noted it a couple recently, the idea of this, Jonah's called to be a prophet, he doesn't want to do it, he runs away, eventually gets into a whale, a ship, the whole thing. It's a great story, you'll read it. Finally, he goes and goes to the place that he's told to, Nineveh. He says the prophecy that needs to happen, and the king there repents, the people repent, and basically Jonah is upset because from the beginning, Jonah's upset that God's going to be too compassionate, have too much rahmanis, too much compassion and mercy on the people. He wants strict justice. In the end, he kind of learns, being very lived under a tree in the heat of the day, that really compassion is really one of the gifts that God gives us, and really we should give to each other. The message on the surface is one of compassion. But I will say that another message about this is that Yonah is running away. He's running away from his life. He's running away from his mission. He's running away from his God-given potential. He's running away. And this year I had a very powerful experience. Some of you are maybe familiar. We have another one of these holy institutions in Raleigh called the Healing Place. It's in downtown Raleigh. It's a center for those recovering from substance abuse and addiction. And I've been there on different occasions, sadly, with members of our congregation at times. It's actually very inspirational. And also I went this year on behalf of a program called Leadership Triangle. And there we had a docent really guide us around. And he was explaining that for him, his use of, in his case, it was drug use, was really it, which is not going to be surprising for you, was an escape. He was running away. He was running away from a family dynamic, from a father that was difficult. He was running away from a life he found was unsuccessful. And the way he ran away wasn't a physical running away like Jonah, running away somewhere. It was kind of running away inside. When he took the drug, it led him to run away. So he said, what he eventually learned is he had basically to get off the running away and run towards and honor and face head on. And the greatest courage is to face head on our mission, where we are in life. And he taught that to us at the Healing Place. And I see that in the book of Jonah too. It takes great courage. Doesn't mean that none of us can take a moment where we need to break away. It's too intense. Life is too hard. It's true. Life is very difficult. Life can be very painful. But the message of Jonah is that ultimately the mission in life is eventually to try to hit that head on. Not to run away, not to go into a whale or a ship or some other land, but to say, what is my mission? What's my potential? What can I do? Even with the difficulty, with God's help, can I face it head on? And so in this Yom Kippur, maybe it's a chance for us all to think, in what ways are we like Jonah running away from something we don't want to face? And what ways are we like Jonah at the end of the story when it's time to face and really stand up? So Sefer Yonah, page 367.